What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm out here in the shop this morning, and we've got the Mahindra all back together and everything. It seems to be going good. I still got to put the drive shaft covers back up under that, and I want to share this with you before I did that, because I'm going to show you up under the tractor here where I put the spline, where the splines are stripped, and I put the bolt in. I hadn't really drove the tractor any to test it out to see how that's going to hold up. But I can tell you that is the hardest thing that I've ever tried to drill in my life. And I actually had some footage, I thought, and I don't know if it got deleted or what exactly happened, but I can't find the footage that I had of me drilling that hole. But it took me over 4 hours to drill that hole through there. That is hardened steel. And I started out with some cobalt drill bits. I got some tungsten like carbide drill bits for masonry drill bits. I sharpened them. I have a drill doctor, and I sharpened those and used those, and the points were even wearing down on that. And what I found to do, I got the drill doctor, and I got like 3 small cobalt drill bits, and I would drill with one and get the metal real hot, just put it on high speed and drill with it like a 3/16 drill bit, and let it cool off. And then you grab another drill bit after that metal cooled off, and I think it was changing the temper right there because the metal was getting so hot right where the drill bit was. It was softening a little bit. I could get it to cut just a little bit, and I just kept doing that over and over, and then kept stepping my hole size up till I got to a 3/8. But like I say, it took over 4 hours, and I had to use a floor jack up under the bottom of the drill to put pressure on it. I could not put enough pressure on it with my hand. It was so hard. So I put a floor jack up under the drill, and I could put my leg on the floor jack handle while I was laying on the floor up under there, and use my hands to guide the drill, and then put my leg on the floor jack handle and push down on it a little bit so I'd put pressure on the drill, kind of like a drill press. And so yeah, that's how I kind of got it going. And when I got ready to start the hole, the drill bit, of course, was walking on there, and so I couldn't get a center punch to even punch a hole in it. The only thing I could do, I took a carbide burr on a die grinder, one of those cone shaped ones, and cut a little bit and made an indentation in it. That's how I got the drill bit to stop walking. So yeah, it was a fun process, but I did get the hole drilled, and I think it's in there's a small clip of it in another video as well. You may have already seen that, but I'll show it again in this one for those of you who hadn't seen it of what I'm talking about here. And this is the the front drive shaft, the front differential right here. And that's the coupling I'm talking about, drilling a hole in. And how I did it, I had it pointed up in the air like that right there with, as I say, a floor jack on the ground and pushed up. And like I say, that was over 4 hours. The other solution I had to that problem was I was thinking about welding that coupling on right there, but I was afraid I'd mess that seal up. And also getting the run out in the coupling correct was going to be an issue. I have a dial indicator over there that I probably could have got it really close, but that was going to take some time too, and then it would have been an issue on getting the drive shaft back out if it ever needed it in the future. So I figured that right there, all you got to do is take the bolt back out and pull the drive shaft out just like before. And so hopefully that works and holds up. So I just want to share that with you guys. And I've got to get the drive shaft covers back up under there and everything. And I've got to do something with this battery. This is not the correct battery for this tractor. It's a little bit too small, as you can see. And I'm missing the, it's got 2 rods here. I found them, they were in the toolbox on the tractor that come up. But then it must have a little plate right here that where those 2 rods go in, and then this rod here goes in. And I'm missing that piece, so I need to order that piece and figure out if I can make this battery here strap down, because it's a brand new battery that they just put it in there. I hate to just discard it. I really don't have another use for it. It does seem to work so far. It may be not quite as many cranking amps, so it may be an issue in the winter, but as long as it's warm, it seems to be working. So I hate to just discard it like that, and because I really don't have another use for it. But either way, I need to figure out a way to get this strap down so it's not bouncing all over the place and doesn't short out on anything. So I have that to do also. Anyway, I'll do that later. And I may install a battery disconnect on this thing. I thought about that. I don't like leaving the battery hooked up on stuff when I have it in the shop in here, because I have heard stories of things just catching fire. So I try to prevent that when possible. So anyway, hopefully that gives you an idea on if your four-wheel drive strip. Like I say, I don't know how well that's going to hold up yet. I haven't had a chance to use the tractor yet in four-wheel drive to find out. I did have this in another video whenever I was actually doing it, but I don't know what happened to the footage. If the camera wasn't on, the battery went dead, or I just lost the footage. I really don't know what happened to it, but I know I did have the camera set up, or did make an attempt to try to record some of that when I was doing it, to show the process and what I was having to go through in drilling that hole and the trouble I was having. But yeah, I don't know what happened to that footage. So I wanted to make this video, that way if somebody else has this problem, and maybe they can try it themselves and see what kind of luck they have with it. But from what I was told, you want to go with 1/3, no bigger than 1/3 the size of the shaft diameter when you drill a hole through a shaft like that for that purpose, like on a bush hog or something. And anyway, so that's what I did, and I measured the shaft diameter, and I went 1/3, which is a 3/8 bolt. May could have got by with a 5/16. I don't know. There were still some splines and stuff in there on that shaft that would bite a little bit maybe. But anyway, I went with a 3/8 and took over 4 hours to do. So anyway, that wraps this up. Short little video for you guys, and stay tuned for some more videos coming out. I got some more stuff coming out on this as well. Some more stuff we're going to do through the tractor, and some of them will be pretty cool. And so anyway, click like, comment, subscribe if you like this sort of stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one.